The golden age of comics was like the 1930s to the 50s, and that started with characters like Superman and the Flash, but not Barry Allen the Flash, Jay Garrick the Flash. That Jay Garrick Flash could only run pretty fast. Like, he couldn't tear a hole in reality with his speed. The golden age of comics goes up to the 50s, and then in the mid-50s they invent a guy named Barry Allen the Flash, because they liked the name and they wanted to use a character named Flash. But they'd already had a character named Flash, but his time had come and gone, you see. And that's why we're making a new Flash in the form of Barry Allen. But they also wanted to pay homage to Jay Garrick, so what they did was they had Barry Allen, you know, chemicals, lightning bolt, speed, and he has the idea to call himself Flash 2, named after his favorite comic book character, Jay Garrick the Flash. Because they weren't making any Jay Garrick Flash comics anymore, they're like, well, he was a silly comic that children read.
Right.
But Superman was still being sold, so he wasn't a comic book character.
Right.
But then, in 1956, they did a Flash story in which the Flash runs so fast that he tears a vibrational hole between his universe, Earth 1, and Jay Garrick's universe, Earth 2. So it establishes that the comic book universe that Flash read when he was a kid
is a real
Earth.
Right.
And the reason why there were comics written about that character in his continuity was because the writer, who was the same writer who was writing those comic books that we were reading as real people, existed in Earth 1, and when he dreamed, his brainwave patterns vibrated at the same frequency as Earth 2's vibrational sequence. And then he chronicled what he dreamt about.
Well, that sucks for Earth 2.
Well, Earth 2...
Well, no, because every nightmare that this guy ever had is live and...
is really happening. Yeah, exactly.